Good morning, and happy Monday to everyone. This is a day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing, we're glad in it. A little chill in the air, but we're in the 757. Weather goes up and down, I tell you. But it's a beautiful morning, beautiful morning. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Great weekend. We're still in Black History Month. But today is President's Day. President's Day. The children are out of school. I remember back in the day, it used to be George Washington's birthday. Children would be out because he was the first president, and then it went to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and so they just decided to call it President's Day, and to honor all the presidents, actually. But speaking of the presidents, please keep the family of former President Jimmy Carter in your prayers. He has chosen to go into hospice care at home. Our oldest living president at 98 years old. He's been married 76 years to his wife, Rosalind. Oh man, what a long and fruitful life. I always thought he was a good man and a kind man, always looking out for others. He won the Nobel Peace Prize, went around and helped build houses for Habitat. And one of the things that's very interesting, he loves the Word of God. He has taught Sunday school at his church for decades. People would go to Georgia and be there on Sunday just to hear him teach Sunday school. But let's keep him and his family in prayer, because it's not over until God says it's over. So we want to keep him and his family in our prayers on this President's Day. But since it's Black History Month, there's a quote from the only African American president that we have had here in these United States, and that is President Barack Obama. He said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." How true. In today's society, we're waiting for somebody else, the government, the police, and all other people, and we can do this later, it'll happen later. But we need to be the change, and we need to be the change now. I'm reminded of the story of Queen Esther. Queen Esther had found out that there was a plot to kill her people. Her cousin Mordecai said that this man was plotting to kill all the Jewish people. Okay, okay. How you doing this morning? All right. I tell you. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. And so, as we're talking about Queen Esther, when she found out about the plot, she didn't wait on anyone else. She said, I've got to do something about this. And it was a kind of difficult situation, because she was between a rock and a hard place, because her husband, the king, didn't really know that she was one of the people, or the Israelites, and so forth. And she could not approach him any kind of way. Back in those days, you could not go up on the king any kind of way. You had to have permission to see the king, although she was his wife. Okay? And so what she did, she said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call a fast. She told her cousin, tell all her people to fast. And everybody fasted, even the animals. And she said at the end of that verse, Esther 4:16, she said, I'm going to go see the king, but if I perish, let me perish. I'm going to see the king. She knew she had to be the change. She knew she had to be the person. She knew this was the time for action. And to make a long story short, um, the wisdom that she had, the Lord helped her through that situation. She got to see the king, and it ended up that the man that had plotted to execute her people was executed himself. I tell you, because Esther decided that she would be the change. You know, today we have to decide to be the change. Whether we're talking about our health, whether we're talking about our financial situation, whether we're talking about the situation, we need to train up our children in the way that they should go. We should change our own attitudes, especially towards each other, not to hurt each other, but to help each other. We are the change. We can't wait for somebody else to be the change. But let's be the change. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's be about the change that will affect our people in a positive way. Thank you, President Barack Obama. Let me read that one more time. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. All right. Even in our health, if we want to be better, sometimes we got to do better. Just like I'm walking out here this morning, I'm trying to maintain my health. And you can do the same thing in all areas of your life. Be the change. All right. I'll see you tomorrow with another Black History Month nugget. Have a great day.